All right. We are live. Hello, hello, hello.
All right.
Share, share, share. This is Mike Gaines.
This is Mike Taylor.
I'm sitting here with Mike Taylor.
We are getting ready to start the hot seat match for the Cue It Up Invitational 10-ball tournament. We have Mason Koch facing off against Mike Quella here in just a minute.
Yep. We're going to get started here. This should be a good one.
As soon as I can see Mason, we'll get them to start the leg. And this is a handicap tournament. So Mason has to go to 7 and Mike Quella has to go to 4. This is also winner breaks.
Try to flag him down. Let him know to lag. All right. So Mike said Mike Quella raced to 4. Mason's going to 7. Winner goes to the hot seat finals match. And Here we go.
This actually ought to be a pretty interesting match today. Mason's been shooting really good. Mike Quella's been shooting pretty lights out all day.
Yep. Mike wins the lag. So he will break first. So this is race to 10, winner break.
Race to 7, winner break.
I'm sorry, what did I say?
10.
Oh, well.
No, Mike goes to 4.
In my mind, I already...
Mason goes to 7.
I'm not sure what I'm thinking there, but it is winner break. I'm not sure where I got the 10 from, but...
I'm thinking that you're thinking of the King of the Hill matches.
Yeah, I think so too. How many players are left here? I see we got Duncan shooting a match over there. See we got Dave Searing shooting a match, it looks like. So that's...
No, I believe Dave is just having some fun right now.
Oh, okay.
After Duncan's match is over, we'll be down to 7th, 8th out of 40 players. So the tournament's actually almost over with 40 players today. So with the handicaps, there were some players. Demetrius Gelatis is here. The longest race he's got to go to is 8.
Right.
So with some of these longer races, the tournament's still running pretty smoothly. And it's 3/4 of the way done. So we're almost down to the final 4.
Here goes Mike with his break. I believe he broke dry. No, he made one ball.
This is kind of a little rough start for him. I think he's feeling the pressure today, especially with the field. He's had a good field so far to go through, and he's shooting pretty good. So.
Wow. Well,
I got a feeling that Mason might make him shoot this ball.
He might. He might also like to kick at this, just knowing that he's going to get a shot on the 2 afterwards if he makes it. But that being said, I would give it back.
I agree with you there. I'd give it back to him and let him deal with that 2 ball. It's in kind of a little weird spot having to kick at this, or even a little masse around it. That would probably be the best bet.
Right.
At least then he's got a good shot on it.
And there he goes. He did give it back. So Mike will be shooting. We'll see if he elects to kick at that 1 ball. He's going to jump at it, going over the edge of the 7. That's we'll see. I'm not sure he's going to follow through with this shot.
No, I think he's going to want to kick at that ball.
Right, kick at it, or if anything, just push the 7 into the 9 and the 10 and take a foul. I mean, it's dangerous against a player like Mason, but...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So is giving him ball in hand, yeah. Look at that. Caught a good roll. All right. Let's take a look at this here. So Mason elected to play safe, but it looks like he may have left a window here And I think if he can make this one ball, I mean, everything goes. It's a tough out. That was a good shot.
Yeah, that was a pretty tight window to get through and get shape on that 2 ball with everything sitting there.
Yeah.
He hit it pretty good to get on it. So he's got a
Share
chance.
from Mike Lagoo. Thanks for the share, Mike. Of course. Always the first one to share. One of the first ones. Mike hung up that 2 ball, and I don't think he's going to like that.
No, that actually leaves Mason sitting pretty good here. There's a couple of problems there in the center of the table, but once you get that 2 out of the way and that 3 ball, you can easily get that 10 ball to spread that 7 out of the way.
Yeah, and he played that one pretty good. So it does look like he definitely has to do something with the 7 ball, because I don't see many pockets that it can go to. So we'll see what he does here. He's going to take the 3, draw back a little bit, leave himself an angle.
Yeah, I think he's going to end up shooting the 1 in the corner and breaking it out from the top side on the back side of the 10 ball. Or maybe not.
Yeah, he could have. It looks like he got a bit on the wrong side of it. I think now he's going to try to maybe perhaps bump into the 9, but it's too shallow of an angle, I think. I'm curious to see what he's going to do. He's going to play the 7-9 combo. Yeah, that's gutsy, I guess, but.
Well, he's got 3/4 of the ball, so, I mean, it's there. It's definitely not the easiest shot in the world. I mean, if he drills it, he should be sitting pretty good. And he got a pretty good roll on that.
Yeah, he
the
did.
7 ball froze to the rail there.
We'll see. I think Mike's going to try to split off the 7, put the cue ball behind the 9, and put the 7 on the rail.
I think he might go for the bank shot, or I think he might try and cut that ball in the corner.
We'll see. I know that I think that table bank's a little long, so he'd have to straighten up the bank on the 7. He could. I think playing Mason, though, I mean, if it's me, I'm going to play safe. Wow. Yeah. Well, that's why he's playing for the hot seat and not me.
That was a pretty good shot there by Mike Quella. Got really good shape on the 9 ball.
Yep. You just got to roll this one in, play the 10 in the side. 10 in the corner. No, he's going to play it in the side.
Yeah, I would definitely shoot that one in the side myself. A lot less room for error with that one.
Yeah. Well, that's a good start for Mike. Now he's only got to go to 3.
From the judge of the look on his face, I think the pressure's on him right now.
On Mike?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he gets one more game in, and I think the pressure's squarely on Mason.
Oh, yeah, 100% there. You know, if what Mike really needs is a really good break right here. Nice open break. You know, if he gets a 110 combo off the bat or a 210 or just a clean, solid run out, you know, that puts a lot more pressure on Mason to have to come back and run 7 racks in a row, or even 5, just to make it within a feasible range for him.
See what he's got on the break here. He's going just off center, square on at the 1. 4-railer goes.
Mike's been breaking really well today. You know, I think when I was watching him earlier, he only had 1 or 2 breaks to where he really didn't have a shot. Otherwise, he's been breaking pretty solid. He's been shooting pretty solid all day long, too, obviously, because, well, he's playing for the hot seat right now.
Right. Well, let's face it, he always plays pretty good, so he's going to try to jump this 1 in the side. I would bet on him to make it, and I would lose.
Well, if you're going to leave it bad, this is a good time to do so.
Yeah, he found a little bit of safe here. Well, we don't have player bios for the players today. I can tell you Mason is sponsored by Joe Peach Hour. in my opinion, the best cues you can get. And I think Mike plays with Jacoby.
Yes. Mike shoots with everything Jacoby, I believe.
Mason tries to jump. It's going to go 2 rails. Let's see what he's got here. I don't think there's any chance that Mike will give that back. See what they do with the 7 ball here. I think if anything, you're playing to get to the 7 and play it safe. Nudging it between the rail and stand right on the 9.
Yeah. Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
That one actually hurt just a little bit.
Yeah, and that's what makes us 500 players 500. Just like a little bit of lack of focus. You know, obviously you'd bet on Mike to make that shot all day. Similarly, you would bet on Mason to make that.
Well, I think Mason was actually playing safe there.
Yeah, trying just to wedge it in the cue ball
Yeah.
behind the 3. Yeah, he might have been.
Well, and knowing
Just because there's no future here.
that, and knowing too that they're being streamed right now, that does put on a little bit of pressure that you're normally not under when you're trying to shoot pool.
Sure.
Knowing that there's potentially a
And
lot more people watching.
That's going to affect Mike, I think, more than Mason. Mason should be used to it.
Yeah, Mason should be well accustomed to this. I think it'll mess with Mike just a little bit more in how he shoots. And once I think he gets a good clear roundabout on his shoulders about everything, it should be fine.
All right.
And
Mason leaves it, although let's see if we can't get a better look here. But yeah, still that not much doing with the 5. I mean, you could, it looks like, possibly put it in the side pocket.
yeah, this is still a very troubled rack at the moment. There's actually some pretty good safety potential here with how that little cluster is right there.
Right.
Depending on how good you are at moving that cue ball around, there's a good potential 3-foul waiting to happen. I don't think either of them will go for it, but it's there. I've only seen somebody get 3-fouled twice today out of the entire tournament.
Yeah, I heard somebody got a 3-foul earlier. I'm not sure who it was.
I got 3-fouled earlier.
Did you?
So that would mean 2 people did.
I'm trying to think. Was it Colby Kendall, maybe?
Yes.
I was
Yes.
gonna say, I heard of one other 3-foul. I think Mike could spin this in with the right spin. Yeah.
It was a valiant effort. Again, he got a good roll.
Yeah,
I
he
think
got a
just enough to where Mason can't see it.
Yeah, he got a really good roll. Let's see who's out there in the comments. Does the stream have commentary? Hopefully you guys can hear us. Took us a little while to get going. I'm guessing that's what you were thinking of. Mike Sabota. Howdy, y'all. What's up, Mike? See you tomorrow, I imagine. That was a good hit there. I mean, not much more that he can do.
No, I think that was the best that he could have done on that shot.
Right.
He was not left very good for much of anything on there.
I think this, just roll it with right and play the... Oh, he got a good roll
That
there,
actually-
too. I was going to say, I think you can play the 6 on the side.
Yeah, I think Mike will actually get out on this rack.
I think so, too.
So nothing is really
The question is
too
he going
super
to
hard.
play the 6 off the rail and play the 7 up in the corner, or is he going to play with inside and try to get the 7 in the side?
Honestly, I think that 6 ball goes nice and clean. Just hit it a little firmer and take the 7 ball right back in the side pocket with it. Just a little top right on there. And
Yeah, we'll see what he wants to do.
just like that. Now it's just a couple of stop shots. Well, a stop shot away and a little draw shot, and he should be sitting pretty good. Maybe not so much there. Now he'll have to go one rail and come up the center of the table to get straight in on that 9 ball,
Yeah.
which is still fine. He's got the shape to do it. But the only problem is if you put just a little too much insight on this or a little too much English in general, he could overroll this ball by quite a bit.
That's what I was going to say, is he's going to be hitting it a lot thinner, so it's a little tougher to judge the speed when he's
Yeah,
hitting it thinner like this.
Yeah, that English is going to take off as soon as it touches that rail.
See, and he wanted to go 2 still, which was tough.
Still sitting pretty decent.
He is.
Just a little bit tougher now. He's almost better to roll forward this and take that 10 ball on the side, I think. Or all the way up in the corner versus doing a stop shot or anything. Ooh.
Wow, good shot.
Yeah, and that worked out pretty good. I've seen a lot of people have that similar shot today, and they've judged to do a stop shot and then rattle it and leave it sit in the jaws of the pocket, when really I think the shot on that is to just always roll it forward or go one rail like
yeah,
that.
exactly. Just make it, because the 10's got 6 pockets.
Right.
So.
Well, that puts Mike Quella up 2-0. He's only got to go to 4, so now the pressure is probably really on Mason. What needs to happen right now is Mike not have a very good break and get Mason's first game and get that gear going.
There you can see Mike pocketing that winning 10 ball. So,
yeah, you can see Mike glance up here. He's excited on the inside. He's just not showing it on his face right now.
Right. Well, I mean, if you can harness that energy right, you can use that to your advantage.
Absolutely. You know, I'm actually really impressed with him today. He's shot under such great pressure throughout the entire tournament. He shot a lot of really, really good players today, and he's come out on top the entire time.
Right.
And, you know, everybody he's played has been a tough player.
Yeah, I know. I shot Demetrius earlier, and playing against somebody of that caliber, it's I felt more pressure than I did playing for money or anything like that. Just when it's somebody that you just really want to beat, you know.
Oh, I agree. I played Josh Burbel not too long ago.
Yeah.
I felt great just because I got a game off of him.
Right.
You know, in a race to 7, I had to go to 4, and he shot just absolutely amazing. I think he missed 1 ball and played 1 other bad ball. And, I mean, I got the 1 rack on it, and, you know, I didn't shoot bad. It was just I ended up, the shots that I did have were all safeties.
Yeah, and that was the thing is, I mean, Demetrius gave me enough chances to win, and I just couldn't quite pull it off. The pressure was a little different.
I do got to say, it is really nice seeing some of them guys here. You know, Demetrius and them, they drove from quite a distance to come down. We got Sam Henderson here
Minnesota.
from Iowa, I believe Sam's from.
Yep. I'm
so
from Illinois. I had Jake and Lowell. They're both from Rockford, Illinois, too. They were here. So there's definitely people from all over.
Yeah, there's a very huge caliber of players here. We have everybody from beginner players in the tournament today all the way up to pro in the tournament.
Professionals, yeah.
And, you know, it's been very good. It's been going by really fast, and so far everybody seems to enjoy the tournament. I mean, here at Mad Apple, it's what's not to enjoy. It's a great establishment to begin with.
Yeah.
And, you know, the equipment has just made the day a lot better.
Right. So is this the last stop of before the championships? There's no more after this one, just the finals?
That is correct. So the championship tournament is actually July 4th weekend. It is starting Friday night, July 1st, doing the auction, and then we'll shoot the first round or more if possible, just depending on how time goes. Same format as today. And then we'll start matches Saturday morning and keep going. Right now, the list is up to 20 players, which I should probably update it. I've been a little behind lately. But looking forward to that. That's going to be another good turnout, I believe. It should be another good tournament as well.
Yeah, this one's turned out pretty great.
Yeah, super thankful of Kendall and Mason and Mad Apple in general letting us use this place today. I mean, we've had a lot of people in here, and I haven't heard one rude comment or anything like that. Everything has been good. I mean, Kendall runs a tight ship, and it's just been absolutely fabulous being here the whole time.
Yeah, I actually heard I was playing a match earlier, and Demetrius was at the table next to me, and he said he was joking around about there was so much honesty in the room, it was making him sick.
Yes.
Which was funny. I think somebody bought him his energy drink, and then there was somebody else called foul on themselves and he was just I don't know.
Yeah, you know, and actually you mentioned that about honesty in pool. You know, it's one of the things that I think is really lacking in the pool world, which not to say, you know, it really is or whatnot. It's just from what I see. But, today, Demetrius was playing a match earlier, and he had a shot, and he picked the cue ball up and handed it to the other player. He fouled, he obstructed the pathway, which is a foul.
Sure.
And gave the guy ball in hand, and he just kind of looked at him like, what are you doing? Like, he's just like, I fouled, unfortunately. And, it resulted in the other guy running the rack out. Demetrius still won the entire set, but just to see that from a pro player and other players in the room today has been really, really refreshing, honestly.
Well, speaking of ball in hand, Mike gave Mason ball in hand, and Mason played a safe. I'm not sure if that's Mike's first foul. The 3-foul rule is in effect. I'm not sure if Mason was. Ooh,
that was actually a really nice jump shot by Mike Quella.
Yeah, did he call that? He must have.
Yep. Yeah, from here, at least from the view up here, this actually looks like a pretty decent rack now to run this out.
There you go.
Nice little replay of the jump shot.
Right. Good shot.
Yeah, he hit that with some gusto and drilled it perfectly.
Absolutely. Now this is the most important one.
Oh, just a little off there.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get a little luck roll on here and hook Mason, which he did.
He is.
Unfortunately, so far in this match, there's probably been 3 or 4 shots already that Mason's just had to kick at. Unfortunately, it was on accident, but
right. And knowing Mason, that's going to affect him too.
Yeah.
He's got to make sure to keep a level head. It's early in the match.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Even though he's up right now against Mason, it's still very early in the match. All Mason's need is one really good shot, and it can turn around in seconds from there. And that was a really good hit by Mason. He returned the favor there, it looks like, hooking Mike Quella. I got a feeling that jump stick is going to come out again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't jump this one after you jumped all the other ones here.
Yeah, he hasn't missed one yet.
Right.
Just a little off on that one, only by like a diamond. And this might be the shot that's needed for Mason to turn it around. He left him a peek at it. Decent little combo shot, full table.
Yeah, he's going to line it up. Play the 8 ball, I believe. Wow.
And it looks like he's going to get, I bet $1 Mike's going to grab his jump cue again.
All right. No, I won't bet that because, of course, he is. Looking at the table here, though, it's a long jump. Yeah, I don't think he is.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, I wouldn't even. I love jumping, and honestly, I would kick at this. I would kick at this one rail. And,
absolutely. It's a big pocket.
Yeah. Well, you got such a better leave after that.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, he missed it by a little bit. But, if he makes that ball, the one ball's sitting on the rail.
Right.
And just the force of that cue ball coming around is going to leave it sit on the bottom rail for him. So from there, it's not bad.
Yeah, it was definitely the right shot to play. Let's see. Mason needs to get this out here. He needs to run these the rest of the way. I like how he did that. He played for the 1 or the 2.
Yeah, and then he paused there for a second.
Yeah.
Sitting there probably talking in his head like, you need to drop.
Right.
I had that same shot earlier, except I didn't want the second ball to drop, and it did, and I ended up hooked.
We'll see. Once again, just not getting a great roll. So we'll see if he plays smart here. Mason tends to shoot a little loose when he gets upset. Not to say that he's upset yet, obviously, because he played safe. But I'm saying if he was really on tilt, he would have just fired that one. Well, so it's good to see that he's still playing safe.
I think we might see Mike cut this ball up the rail.
I think he's going to try.
Either that or bank it in the opposite corner. I personally would go for the cut shot.
Yeah. That was a great shot. Unless...
he left Mason the window.
He did.
So I would go off the rail and hit the 3-ball in. You get perfect shape on the 4-ball, or at least straight in if you hit it too short, up in the corner.
Yeah, rail first for sure. She does.
And I think Mason will get out of this rack without much ease.
Yeah, he should. See how he's feeling. I'd just roll this in and play the cut on the 6.
Yep. Yeah, that I think that's the right shot. Then you get more natural shape on that 7-ball.
Yeah, the angle on the 7 is elementary at that point.
Yeah, he played that perfectly.
It was a good shot. So here's Mason about to run out, make it 2-1.
Whoa, slow down, ball. He should still be good. Yeah. Cut shot's just a little bit harder, but nothing Mason can't handle.
Good shot by Mason.
There it is, rack number 1 by Mason Koch. Just a few more racks by Mason and to make it an even race.
Yeah, get a shot of the room here. Looks like the match between Demetrius and Josh is over. I'm not sure who ended up winning that one.
I want to say Josh won that match. I think Demetrius is over here packing up his stuff. Yeah, from the looks of it, Josh Burble won that match.
Let's go.
I can actually look it up here in a second on my phone. I'm assuming he did because Demetrius is all packed up.
There's Mason with a good break. He's got a tough shot on the 1 and even tougher shape to get on the 2. So we'll see what he elects to do here. Yeah.
That's a good safety.
He's just going to play safe. Thanks for the like. Per Dobby? Per Dobby. Per Dob? Per Dobe.
Close enough.
You'll have to give me a pronunciation in the comments here.
Yeah, neither one of us is good at pronouncing names.
Hey,
unless it's
yourself.
super easy, like Mike Gaines. That's a pretty easy one.
It's not as easy as you'd think. You don't know how many times I get called Mike Gans. Like three times today.
I've heard that more like 20 times today.
Yeah.
And I was looking all over for Mike Gans. You guys are like two totally different sizes in general.
Yep. Nope, that's me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mike's going to give up ball in hand here to Mason. He's playing this from an interesting angle. I think he was playing safe all the way again. I don't know if he keeps trying to 3-foul.
I think he might be.
Well, he didn't do a very good job that time because Mike can just shoot straight at the 1 ball.
Yeah, no, he did not.
Looks like Mike could. We'll see what he elects to do here. I don't want to speculate, but it looks like he could maybe bump the 3 and get on the 2.
I think he was trying to get behind the 2-ball on that one. Unfortunately, it didn't work the way he planned.
Mason's getting down to shoot quick. He is. I see his strategy here. He's trying to safe Mike into submission here. Mike's calling the 7. I like it. Rail first.
Ooh, he almost.
Oh boy. He locked him up pretty good there.
Well, he still got the 1 rail kick at it. It's not the easiest in the world, or he could kick at this 2 rails. If he kicks at it 2 rails, he might be able to take the 1 ball off the 7. Or 1 rail 2.
It's a good shot. I believe he did call the 7.
Yep. Now's the potential for that 3-foul right here. Got all them balls lined up on that side, on that long rail. If you play it just right, might be able to sneak that ball back and forth the next few shots.
Yeah, he went for it, but he's going to leave Mike the 1 again. This is interesting. I think that Mason's not feeling extremely comfortable, and so he's trying to take Mike off of his game here.
I agree with that 100%. Yeah, the only problem is Mike's really not getting off of his game much.
No, he's
he's
not.
pretty confident in everything that he's doing right now. Even when he messes up, he's doing it confidently.
Right.
And it's hard to play somebody like that because they have their brains about them at the moment. That plays huge in Mike Quella's favor.
Yeah, not to mention as of yet, the rolls are going Mike's way. All right, we got a real good match starting again over here. Let me see if I can't.
I'm actually pulling up the bracket right now. Yep, over here on our other table, we should have Josh Brubel, who is a 707 up from, or I should say down from Minnesota, and then we got Bill Larson.
Yeah, this will be a really good match. Bill, I think, should be going to 6 and Josh to 7.
Yep, that would be correct. This will actually be a really good match. This is the gentleman I just lost to a little bit ago, who put me out of the tournament to finish one spot out of the money. Josh shoots very, very well, very straight, very confident in everything he does.
Right.
It was a pleasure to shoot with him. It was even better to sit back and just watch for like 4 racks in a row. Learned a lot from it.
Well, that's the cool thing too, is this is the Cue It Up Invitational, and you got Demetrius, Josh, and Nate, who are all the Cue It Up hosts, and they were all playing.
Yeah, it was really nice having everybody here today.
Cody Guyette, thanks for the follow. Mason's going to follow the 5 in. Even then, he just went a little too long on the 8 ball. I mean, he should be fine, but he's got to jack up and come off the short rail, which he does no problem.
Yeah.
Got a good angle. Should come 2 rails somewhere by the side pocket. Came on just 1 rail, so that works out. And then this 10 ball to tie the match.
Yeah.
2-2.
We actually have 3 really good matches going. We got Bill Larson and Josh Burbel playing over here on table 8. And then over on table 5, we have Duncan Kaufman and Tommy Trieb going at it over there. Tommy's been shooting well all day as well. Duncan started out rough this morning, but he's back in his groove and going along. We're down to our top 8 positions in the tournament, so we're cruising pretty good.
Yeah, I only played Tommy a little bit on the big table, and man, he was running out from everywhere. He was shooting really good. So it's going to be Mason to break, 2-2. Once again, this is the hot seat match of the Cue It Up Invitational 2022, because I can only assume there's going to be a 2023. Seems like this year's gone pretty good. Quite a bit of participation.
Yeah, this year's gone pretty good. We've had a couple of turnouts that weren't so great, had some other issues, but we've worked around them pretty good.
Right.
Next tour, that when that starts, I won't get into details on that, but it's going to be some fun, exciting stuff happening. Once I get all that finalized, it'll be great to share that to everybody as well. Working with a lot of people on the next tour.
Yeah, that's cool. Like I said today, the quality of players here is just pretty incredible, really.
Oh my goodness, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what? I was talking to a group of people yesterday. A bunch of us players that were here showed up for the mini tournament, and they were talking about how many players were in the field, and some of them were having some worries about it getting done in a day. And I said, we'll be fine there. But I pointed out the fact that we have players in here that have been playing pool for 25 plus years.
Right.
And when you add in just a handful of these people, there's over 100 years of experience combined together.
Oh, at least, yeah.
With the big variance of players in here today, ranging from beginner players to pros.
Sure.
Today's was the day, really, to sit back and watch and learn stuff, things that you've probably never known to do or think of doing things differently or whatnot. I've learned a lot over the past 6 hours today just from watching people alone.
Right. I liked it, even when I played against Demetrius earlier, it was nice after the match because he's super accessible. And I even, I got to ask him about a few of the shots that I played, just ask him afterwards. I think, I don't think he was stressing about winning the match or not against me. That's unfortunate there.
Ooh, yeah, it is.
For Mike to scratch in the corner.
Yep, so this should be Mason's third rack.
Yeah, I was going to say, with the way he's been struggling, too, I think he might just, he's going to play the 210. Yeah, it was nice to play against somebody that was so great, and yet they're not so great that they can't, you can ask them if you played the right shot afterwards.
Oh, absolutely.
And they'll give you an honest answer.
Well, and Demetrius has his own training camp, I believe,
right.
up where he lives too. So he's probably used to 1,000 questions.
Sure.
And
I've sent him questions on emails and stuff like that too. And and he responds. That's why. So I've talked to him quite a bit. And then today was the first day I've actually met him.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic when you do get to meet pro players, high master players and stuff from different areas of the state, and be able to ask them questions, and they generally want to answer the questions for you.
Right. All right, Mason to break. He's up 3-2 now. Mike needs another game to get himself on the hill and put some pressure on Mason.
Yeah, if Mike can get to that spot of tying it up 3-3 right now, that'll put tremendous pressure on Mason.
Yeah, I think so far Mason's tactics have definitely slowed Mike down.
Yeah, and right now, really, especially playing Mason, Mike should be more worried about slowing down and playing smart versus trying to take every single shot. 10 ball is not completely about running out all the time. It's more like playing chess versus playing 8 ball or 9 ball, where you can get, a couple of bad rolls or a bad leaves and still have some room for error. 10 ball, you really can't do that. You play some good shots, maybe one good safety or two good safeties, and somebody's running out the rack. So it's more of a chess game. You got to play strategically and smart. That's why it's my favorite game.
Let's see what Mason elects to do here. I believe that was Mike's second foul.
Yes, it is. So it looks like Mason's going for the three foul on this.
Yeah, I believe he just informed Mike that he's on 2.
I don't
he might be on
him
1.
fouling.
Yeah, it was a good hit.
He wasn't too far off making that. Oh, I almost spoke too soon. I see
that
going
would
3
be
rails back in that corner.
It'd be a terrible way for the 3 foul to hit, to get a good hit and then scratch.
Yeah, that's actually funny. I was playing Tommy Treeb earlier, and that was how my 3 foul went.
Really?
He shot a ball and it rattled, and I just happened to be on 2 fouls at that time, and I kicked at it, hit it, and scratched in the corner, and I lost that match. And then I came back to win the next 3 racks to beat him.
Let's see what Mike does here.
That was a pretty good shot.
Yeah, playing the 1 off the 7 there. Now he's got to shoot the 2 all the way up in the corner, kind of pinch it over.
Yeah, it still plays a little tricky for that 3 ball, trying to hold that cue ball there for that.
Yeah, this is one of those ones you got to put quite a bit of spin and kind of spin it in a little more than anything. Just like that. He hit that good.
It's got a bit of an angle, not too bad. I mean, he's still got the 4 and the 6 sitting over there, so he doesn't really have to worry about that side scratch.
Oh, Mike.
I think he just rushed that a little bit. He got excited because he made that shot. That was a really good shot. And now Mason will capitalize on this, playing a good safety. Oh, got a little bump off that 5 ball that probably wasn't intended. Uh-oh.
Mike just got an unfortunate double kiss there. That was too bad.
Yeah, I think the misfortune that was happening the first few racks just kind of turned a table here. The past couple of racks, Mike's had a couple of unfortunate events happen that let Mason get the upper hand.
Yeah, and he's probably frustrated. Mason's kind of using a smart strategy here and just safing him to death, really.
Absolutely. And with this race, even winter breaks, I mean, Mason still got to play extremely well.
Right.
Just because, I mean, look what happened. Mike was up 2-0 in no time.
Right. Yeah, Mike wins one more game. He's on the hill.
Yeah.
Although,
no, he shot that pretty good.
yeah, he actually played that one how I called it. Mason's tough to predict sometimes with how he's going to play shots.
This shot is just pretty decent. Roll it forward a little bit. Come off the cushion. Yeah. Left himself a nice little draw shot. Come back up for the 8 ball and then 9 ball on the side potentially.
Yep, just a little bit of low left. Come off one rail. Maybe get to the second rail. Ooh, I don't think he got below it, though. He's almost straight in. That's a tough shot. Not tough, tougher.
It looks like he's got a little angle on it, but not much.
Yeah, that was enough.
Just enough to get it
right
to put that 9 and float that cue ball up for the 10.
Yeah, just enough to simplify it for him. But see, like
Or
even
do
there,
that,
you know, even there, it's like most players would have just
I would have followed that
went forward
just
a little bit. But he likes to go, you know.
See, and that's one of the main reasons right there that I like watching other players play, especially Mason and Demetrius, Josh, and some of these guys. Just how they do things is a little differently.
Yeah, they're much more accurate with seeing their tangent lines and playing the cue ball down the line and everything. So we'll see. Mason's getting ready to rack here, or getting ready to break. I'm sorry. He is done racking. Let's see what he does for a break here. He's going. This break was working for me also. Trying to put the 1 in the side.
See, and I can't break 10 ball from the side. I used to all the time, and now I break in between the first and center diamond.
Well, I got to tell you, it's not my first choice, but it was working. So Mason's going to play safe again here. Try to lock him up behind the 6 and the 7. Does that well.
He did it.
Yeah, and he's going to leave Mike a shot, but this is really a shot to nowhere.
Well, he's got to do something, because if he gives him ball in hand, Mason's got the 110 straight in the corner.
Right.
And he got a good hit. Left Mason pretty tough here.
He did.
I mean, it's probably another really good setup to do a safety on him.
I think so. I think
I was going to say, just leave that cue ball right behind that cluster. And
did really well to get behind. I didn't quite get behind the 4, but he got close enough that I don't know if he can cut the 1 in. Although Mike could, as long as he gets a good hit on the left side of the 1 ball, he can get safe.
I honestly think he's going to go for the pot on this ball. I think he's going to try and carry the cue ball over to the left there.
See, that's just what I thought would happen off the left side. That was a good try.
If he would have made it, he could have played a good safety on that 2 ball right there.
Sure, yep.
I mean, it's tight, but just play the 2 ball off the 9 and let the cue ball sit right there.
Let's see what Mason does here. Shooting very quick. Almost hard to see exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, I think Mason found his gear. He's starting to speed up a bit. And Ooh, now see, I thought he was going to go in the side pocket with that.
It's still interesting. He's still just playing safe.
Well,
I wonder if
I really wouldn't blame him, though. I mean, the 8 and 9, that little cluster there is not too easy. The 8 doesn't go clean, it looks like, at the moment.
Right.
In the corner that it's by anyway. If you get on the other side of it, it goes up in the other corner all day. But The problem is getting there from where the 6 and 7 are.
As I say, I believe he'll get a good hit here, which
Yeah.
he did, and he got
Yeah.
a return safe. It's hard to tell.
Looks like Mason can squeak it through there and just scave the 2 ball, which if he can, leave that 2 ball behind the 7. Yeah, that was a pretty good shot by Mason. And he left Mike a hard cut shot on the 2 in the corner, which he rattled. I think he should have took his time a little bit on that, stood up, rechecked his angle, because he just kind of got down and fired away.
All right, Mason's calling it in the corner. He's going to try to kick 2 rails behind the 7.
Get a good safety out of this. Oh, maybe not. He
He
kind of
would
got
have until the corner got him there.
curious to see what Mike's going to do right now with the rack the way it's sitting. Right now is the time for him to kind of pull back together and make some magic happen.
Not only that, but I was just thinking, now might be a time to give Mason a taste of his own medicine. Mike keeps trying to run out, and he hasn't been successful. So maybe it's time for Mike to start moving some balls around and playing safe again, trying to slow Mason down some.
I agree with you there. I would do the exact same thing. I just think Mike's in win mode. He's he's potentially in the hot seat with a monster field that we've had today. We had several master players, 2 pro players, and lots of double A's, and
right.
Lots of everybody else. And he's shooting really good. I think right now he's just getting in his head a little bit, and he's starting to go backwards instead of forwards.
Sure. Even that was a good attempt. He just didn't get behind the 7. But it's still a tough table. Looks like that 8-9 is going to be tough.
Yeah. Well, not only just that 8-9, but getting back from that 7 ball. It all depends on where Mason leaves the cue ball right here.
I was going to say,
it's kind of hard to tell on the monitor, but I mean the 8 ball could go in that corner depending on where he puts the cue ball.
Well, and I was thinking with the way that he's been playing, he might just play safe behind the 9. He could spin this in, it looks like.
I don't know. That's pretty close.
Yeah, it's a very close shot.
I think he might actually bank it.
Nope.
It did go in that corner.
He spun it in. Gently rolls the 9 ball for the 10 ball in the side here. There you can see a good shot of the room.
I see Paul Scott standing over there. He was down here shooting today. He's a pretty good player too. Him and Duncan had a nice little battle on table 8 over here not too long ago, about an hour ago. Duncan pulled that one off. Then I see we got Josh Brubel and Bill Larson still playing. A couple people watching them. Duncan over in the background there playing Tommy. Not sure what the scores are, but I can tell you everybody's playing really great, so everything's probably pretty close.
Mason to break off, leading 5-2. So as of right now, this is a race to 2.
Yep.
Mason needs to go to 2. Mike needs to go to 2. The winner will go to the finals.
Now the pressure is on.
Right.
The first few racks, the pressure was on Mason, and now the pressure is on both of them. And even race right now in this match, this is a big difference in money right here, guys.
Absolutely. What was the Calcutta today? I didn't see.
Calcutta was a little over 3,000.
Nice.
We've got drinks.
Chris G. All right. Wow.
That's all right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
There you go.
Looks like Mike makes a good attempt here and just doesn't quite get it. Follows it in.
See, and it's not the hardest jump shot in the world, but it's not the easiest. I would prefer a little more distance because then you can put a little draw on that to leave that cue ball there versus following forward with it.
Right, and I was going to say, and it depends on how you jump, too. I mean, I tend to stop the ball a little more on jump shots just naturally. I don't know if that's just because shooting it underhand instead of the dart stroke, but...
See, and it just depends for me. I'll switch back and forth depending on what I have to do with the cue ball.
Yeah, I'll do the dart stroke only if I'm like 2 balls or less from the ball I got to jump over. Otherwise, I'm going underhand all day. Actually, Nate Mindham of Cue It Up was the one that explained to me. He said, when's the last time you ever saw a pro hit a jump shot using a dart stroke? I bet it's never.
I think you are correct on that. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Right. So there's a reason. Well, because in the end, I mean, a good jump shot, all it is mechanics, just like a regular shot. You're just jacking up.
Yes. And that's where the pros are just a lot of bit more consistent than we are.
Right. They can line up dead straight just like they're shooting a normal shot and then just jack up and get over the ball. Good shot by Mason to get on the good side of the 8 ball. I think he's just going to draw this one back about a foot maybe to the center of the table.
Or he might draw that back towards the lower right-hand, going towards the lower right-hand corner.
Right.
He's
Sometimes you can't tell with Mason.
No, he's done some pretty unexpected things. And, yeah, he drew it back towards that side.
Yeah, he did.
Got pretty good on it, too. Left himself a nice little angle to get back on the 10 for either corner. Or if he's feeling really spunky, he can take it all the way down and shoot it up in one of the corners.
Right. Well, it's a good shot. I was going to say, I think really just don't leave it on the 50-yard line.
Yes. Yeah, he could have hit that just a little bit firmer to get it up there a few more inches.
Yeah, he'll play this one.
But it's still a pretty good shot.
And
he drilled it. Mason is now on the hill.
Yeah.
Since
this match shifted, definitely.
Oh, yes. And since it's winter break, being on the hill right now, this is probably the most pressure during the entire match. I would personally, I would think this is more pressure than the first 2 racks that he was down.
And I wonder, I don't know about you, but I see that Mike is actually on his phone. I can't help but think that if I was, maybe it's a way to relieve nerves for him, but for me,
I was going to say the same thing.
I have to put my phone away.
Yeah, I think that's his escape from what's going on. Probably a little bit of irritation from being up 2-0 and then kind of losing the grasp on that a little bit. Personally, I just stare down the table.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, I think you're better off with just some quiet table meditation, just staring at the table and hoping you get to shoot again.
Exactly right.
Mason, 7 kissed the cue ball.
It was a really good break. It's just unfortunate. Nothing really fell. The hardest shot on the table right now is the transition from the 1 ball down to the 2 ball.
Yeah, and I think he'll go off the side of the 6 and he'll get down. Oh, he did not.
Well, he still has a
shooting.
peek at it.
Yeah, I mean, I would have went forwards off of that, but he's still shooting. You also wonder if maybe this is a case of, Mike's he's what, guaranteed 3rd?
Yeah, right now he's guaranteed 3rd place if he wins this. I mean, this is a huge match. I mean, first place Calcutta alone, I want to say I know it's well over 1,000, but it's a big difference between 1st and 3rd.
Yeah, but I wonder if he's looking at it as sometimes you have those matches where it's like you've already won just to be there.
Yes. Yeah,
You know?
and from the conversation with him earlier, he was just super stoked that he's been shooting so well all day and that he's shooting for the hot seat against a extremely well player here in the state of Wisconsin. I mean,
Right.
Mason shoots very well. There's quite a bit of them here in Wisconsin, but Mason, is right up there with Tyler Steyer and Jeremy Fetkenhauer. The amount of practice and work that guy puts in on a daily and monthly basis in tournaments and everything else, it pays off.
Right.
So that alone right there just puts extra pressure on Mike, knowing that he has that much more experience under his belt than he does. And it looks like Mason needs a shot called. I'll be right back.
All right. We're going to hang here while Mike Taylor goes out to have a look at this. And I think the problem that Mason is having is that he's worried about Mike stroking through this and double hitting, which I don't think, knowing Mike's ability, I don't think that he's going to have a problem. He may have a problem making the 10 ball, but I don't foresee him double hitting this. Looks like he hit it good. And he tied the 2 ball up to the 9. Mason gets down to shoot right away. He's going to play a safe here. Which he did. It's a smart move. Don't really need to necessarily risk anything here when he's on the hill. Wow. And Mike did a good job to get a hit there, but that scratch was unfortunate. So on your way back up, Mike scratched. He got a hit after Mason played safe, but
Yeah, I seen that. I was talking to Demetrius for a second and just happened to turn around and seen that cue ball go in. That's very unfortunate in this match right now. It was a very good attempt at Mike's attempt to do the 210 combo. He just hit it a little too hard, and he was just a little off kilter. It wasn't a very good angle from where he was sitting at. For the shot that I had to watch personally, I would have shot a safety on that, trying to instead of doing the combo. But again, that's that pressure kicking in right there.
how about that safety, though?
That one was actually really good. Mason's got some work to do on this one. And it looks like Mason's going to call it, force following it through that cushion. And that was a really good hit.
Yeah, it was. Looks like Mike's going to call it in the side. This is tough. He's bridging over a ball. He's down.
Oh, he should almost call that 10 ball in the corner if he would only knew.
So we'll see what happens here. I think as long as Mason can play this with some high left and go 2 rails and get on the 4 ball.
I see we got some comments down there. Mike Sabota. I think you are correct, sir. Every time you do look at your phone in a match, it takes you quite a bit of time to refocus your attention on what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
why when I'm shooting a match, I turn the ringer off and flip it upside down.
Yeah, I actually left my phone all the way across I don't know where it was actually earlier. I just left it sitting somewhere.
I neglected the screen with comments. Scott Cohen, payouts I have posted over there. When I get time, I'll actually post a picture of them on Facebook for everybody to see.
See what Mason does here. He's going to cut the 4 in. He's not. Wow, he called
he
the
just
10
called
ball. Yeah.
And that's it, folks.
Yeah.
Mason just called a killer bank shot and drilled the 10 ball for the match.
Yeah, he did. A little fist bump there.
Yeah, that puts it 7-2.
Yep.
Mason Cook winning for the hot seat.
Yeah, so Mason takes the lead there. So match started off quickly and ended just as quickly. So that was the hot seat match. So Mason Cook wins the hot seat. Mike's going to go back, and he's going to play for third later. I think we're down to, what'd you say, fifth, sixth, maybe?
I believe so. I'll actually look right now. I got my lovely wife out there handling the laptop for me, calling matches and everything else while I'm in here.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah, we are down to... There's one match left, 7th and 8th. That's Duncan and Tommy, which they should be finishing up here any minute.
Right.
And then actually, there's a really good match coming after that. We have Mr. Sam Rhino Henderson will be playing the winner of Duncan or Tommy, actually over on this table. And then we got Josh Burble and Bill Larson playing over here.
The winner of Duncan and Sam will play the winner of...
Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll be down to the final 4 players.
All right.
So once we're down to that, then they'll actually all be sitting over here on this table.
All right. Well, that sounds good. We it's Mike and Mike, and Mike and Mike in the evening. So it's been our pleasure. That was the hot seat match. We'll be back shortly after a couple of these matches over, and we'll bring you the end of this tournament. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll be back.